permanently closed, leaving many questions about what went wrong. Some speculate that the strained business relationship between Lil Baby and Chad might have played a role in the tragic outcome. Chad's entrepreneurial background began long before his partnership with Lil Baby. Born and raised in Brooklyn, Chad attended Howard University, where he was pursuing a degree in business marketing. But even before earning his degree, Chad had already developed a knack for hustling. He began selling lemonade and candy as a young child, and by the time he reached college, he was making plans to elevate his business ventures. During his second year at Howard, Chad made an early splash in the luxury market by purchasing an exotic car, a sign of his ambition and his growing success outside traditional employment path. Chad Dillon's entrepreneurial journey took a sharp turn when he ventured into the luxury car rental business. The story began when Chad connected with someone who was eager to sell their Bentley, and he managed to secure a lease on it at an excellent price. The car quickly garnered attention, and people began offering to rent it from him at a higher rate. Within just 6 months, the Bentley had paid for itself. Seeing this as a sign of opportunity, Chad expanded his operation, eventually amassing a fleet of 7 cars, all of which he rented out. However, Chad soon realized that the car rental business would only take him so far in New York City, where car ownership was relatively low. So, he set his sights on Atlanta, where he saw greater potential for growth. After graduating, Chad relocated to Atlanta with plans to break into the restaurant business. He had his eye on a popular seafood chain called Juicy Crab, hoping to partner with them and expand into the city. However, the owners turned him down, citing his lack of experience in the restaurant industry. Undeterred, Chad decided to invest everything he had into opening his own restaurant. He chose Buckhead, a bustling area in Atlanta, where there was a lack of seafood restaurants. Despite the challenges of opening a business during the COVID-19 pandemic, Chad pressed on and launched the Crab Boiler Star. The risks paid off. Within its first year, the restaurant raked in over $8 million in sales. It quickly became a favorite among locals, attracting major celebrities like Allen Iverson, Offset, and Ja Rule, which brought even more attention to the spot. Chad's vision didn't stop with the Crab Boiler Star. He had big plans to expand, with ideas for an Italian restaurant, an Asian fusion spot, and even a fish and chicken joint. But despite his business success, Chad was always focused on giving back to his community. He worked closely with convicted felons who were about to be released from prison, offering them business skills and teaching them how to navigate life after incarceration. Chad even ran a 13-week business course inside a local prison, allowing inmates to pitch their business ideas to him. At the end of the program, Chad funded some of these businesses, giving them the resources to start their own ventures. He also made it a point to give back during the holidays, providing free turkeys for families in need each Thanksgiving. Those who worked with Chad described him as a kind, generous man who was always willing to help others. One employee shared, "He was great with the youth, he was great with people. He was an amazing man." This made the news of his tragic death even more shocking. Chad had been working on opening a new Jamaican restaurant in the area where he was killed. Reports suggest that he was walking back to his car when the shots rang out. He was in his Rolls-Royce at the time, which indicated that he was doing well financially, but authorities do not believe the shooting was a random robbery. The rumors surrounding Chad Dillon's death have become more intense, with many speculating that his connection to Lil Baby may have played a part in the tragedy. Lil Baby, a superstar in the rap world, is known not only for his music but also for his deep roots in Atlanta's street culture. Growing up in a difficult environment, Lil Baby's life took a tough turn early on when his father left the family when he was just 2 years old. By the time he reached his teenage years, Lil Baby had dropped out of high school and turned to selling drugs to survive. His involvement in illegal activities led to several encounters with the law, and in 2014, he was sentenced to 2 years in prison for possession with intent to sell. After serving his time, Lil Baby's life took a dramatic shift when he entered the music industry. With close friends like Young Thug and Gunna already rising in the rap world, Lil Baby saw an opportunity to escape the streets and pursue a career in music. His decision to focus on rap became a turning point, allowing him to carve out a successful career while distancing himself from his past. However, his history and street ties still linger in the background, and some believe this could have created tension that may have contributed to the rumors about Chad's untimely death. Though there is no solid evidence to connect Lil Baby directly to the circumstances of Chad's death, the combination of their growing business relationship and Lil Baby's reputation in the streets has fueled speculations. Given Lil Baby's rise to fame from such a challenging environment, many believe that his association with Chad could have drawn unwanted attention, adding a layer of mystery to the tragic events. By the time he broke into the industry, Lil Baby was already a well-known figure in Atlanta's street culture, having gained a reputation for selling weed and gambling with some of the city's most famous rappers. His musical success allowed him to leave the streets behind, but some speculate that his past connections might have contributed to the rumors surrounding Chad's death. Though there is no concrete evidence linking the two events, the combination of Chad's rising success and his ties to Lil Baby has led to speculation that the circumstances surrounding his death may be more complex than they initially appear. Think Baby's past in the streets got Chad wrapped up in a bad situation. Other people think Chad had some shady business deals in the city and something went left for him. Rumors were going around that somebody dropped a bag on Chad's head and that's why the shooter was ready to crash out in the middle of the day, but there's no evidence to back any of the rumors up right now. Nobody knows what really went down, but it sounds like the shooter followed Chad to the new restaurant location and waited outside for him. And when Chad came out to leave, the shooter popped out and killed him. It's not clear what happened, but Chad's death is going to have a major impact on Atlanta. He had a lot of love in the city even though he wasn't from there, and in just a few years he was able to turn a new seafood spot into the hottest restaurant in the neighborhood and give back a ton of money to the community. Tap in for updates because there's definitely more to this story that hasn't dropped yet. Permanently closed. Leaving many questions about what went wrong, some speculate that the strained business relationship between Lil Baby and Chad might have played a role in the tragic outcome. Chad's entrepreneurial background began long before his partnership with Lil Baby. Born and raised in Brooklyn, Chad attended Howard University, where he was pursuing